So now I'm going to go and add that other feature line that I'm missing so I can finish up the perimeter of the site for this feature line from this endpoint here on an elevation. So there we go again. I found that 0. You can kind of see that down here at the coordinate readout. And just by moving it around, sometimes it goes through the different points, 0, or you can hit tab. Whatever technique you want to use. There we go. Found an elevation. And then the elevation here. Found it there too, so I'm going to go with it. And there we go. There's our feature lines. We're going to go ahead and there, grading, geometry, join this feature line with this one. And now we should have a huge perimeter feature line all the way around. There's a couple of areas that I really would want to round them a little bit, but I'm going to try a little differently for this video series. I can try to show you how to do these fillets, and notice the word try because I'm not sure if it's going to work. I've never done that before, but I guess we're going to find out. Now what I want to do is I want to daylight the feature line, the last feature line from the edge of the building site, this one right in here. What I mean by daylighting is right now it's not at the existing ground. It's actually a little bit above or below in some cases. It's kind of hard to see that and visualize what I mean, but right in here, let me see if I can do this. It's, again, you can kind of see that that feature line is not really quite touching that existing ground. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use a command called create grading to do a technique. It's called daylighting. And what daylight means is to match existing ground or to match another surface. It doesn't have to be existing ground. But in this case, the way I'm going to do that is I'm going to go over here to grading, create grading. So the grading I'm going to do is I need to go through these steps first. The first button I'm not going to use. I'm just going to simply skip that button. We're going to go to our next button here, which is our target surface. We're going to daylight this to our target. What is going to be our target? It's going to be existing ground. When I select this button, I should be getting really just the only surface that exists, which is existing ground. And then, as far as the grading layer, since I'm putting everything under my 3D feature lines layer, I want to also go into the grading layer and set it to my 3D feature lines. That way all my grading will be done on in that layer of the 3D feature lines. There it is. Hit OK and hit OK. The next step, for some reason or another, I did have a basic set in here, and I'm not sure why it disappeared. So I'm going to go ahead and just use the standard set. If yours is the basic set, you can use it also. But what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to find one that says grade to surface. So it's on the basic set. For some reason or another, it disappeared on mine. I'm not going to try to investigate. I'm just going to simply edit this style here of the standard create grading criteria. So I'm going to go ahead and edit current selection. And as far as the grading method, the targets would be not a distance, it'll be a surface. I'm going to target a surface at a slope of 3 to 1. If your drawing still has the basic set, you can use the grade to surface, but at one point it's going to ask you for that slope, which is a slope that I want to use is a 3 to 1 slope. So then from here, we're done with this. We're going to continue and actually do the create grading. We're going to leave all this alone. I do not want to create a surface. I'm going to leave this off and hit OK. And it confirms the fact that it found the existing ground surface for your target surface. And I'm going to go and select the feature line. It doesn't really matter where I pick it, but I'm going to select the feature line here. And then it's going to ask me to what side do I want to grade. I want to grade it to the outside. I can pick a point anywhere outside. Select. Entire length, yes. And it'll confirm the 3 to 1. If it's not 3 to 1, you can change it right now to 3:1 for cut and fill. Now let's do some calculations, and there's your daylighting. So I go to 3D, you can go to realistic, and you can kind of see that surface, not surface, but that grading I created from the edge down to our existing ground surface. Now it's shaded because I went to realistic, but it's still not a surface. It's just showing you the grading. So now I'll show you how to create the surface with this included on the next video.